I started at basically ground zero with LinkedIn. I had got on LinkedIn years ago, but didn't really use it to its full potential at all, right? And I would get connections as I worked in companies and met colleagues, but that was pretty much the extent of how I used it. And so when I realized I was going to make a pivot with my company, I needed to really get out there on LinkedIn for people to know me and to know what my company is doing. I knew I needed a partner for that because I'm behind the scenes gal and I don't like to put myself out there. And so I got connected with this bump and it's been amazing. They've done exactly what I needed to do. And that is to build a presence on LinkedIn so that I can begin to make connections with people who otherwise wouldn't know I exist, and I don't know they exist because they aren't in my direct line of engagement. It's working. And so when I reach out to people, they are okay to take my request to have a virtual coffee and just chat. And now I'm starting to see people reaching out to me, not necessarily me making the first, but they're seeing my post, they're reading. And what's really interesting about it is there's so many people paying attention, but they may not like it, they may not comment, but they're watching. And so just random situations where they're like, we love your post on LinkedIn. I'm like, what? I've never seen your name. You don't say anything. And they're like, it's great. We love it. This is because of fist bump and what's happening behind the scenes. And I'm so busy that I would never have the time to do what my fist bump partner does for me behind the scenes. So fist bump has done exactly what I hoped they would do and more. And I'm looking forward to what's around the bend because I feel like things are getting ready to really just open up. It's just scratching the surface right now. That when we send a connection request, we say, hey, we'd love to chat and just have coffee and do a virtual meet up and say hello and introduce ourselves. I have to have had over 15 or 20 of those alone. And then to build on that, the conversations where there are organizations that are interested in my services or my expertise or having a conversation further, I would say officially and off the record, because I've gotten some behind the scenes like connections from people that know me and then they sent someone to me and I got a text message on my phone. I would say at least another 10 to 12. And so this is all within a quarter, really, because I started late last year, but that was really building the foundation and us getting our footing together and, all the framework. So that's in a quarter. And from a revenue perspective, I would say 5x in a quarter. And there's quite a bit in the pipeline that I could say that pipeline is probably 10x more. Well, I call him my fist bump human, but it's the concierge person who's been assigned to me is like the biggest rock star to me on the face of the planet. And so that's been like the highlight of everything. Aside from the results I'm getting, Sadal and I just work really, really well together. And I feel like he's like the biggest cheerleader to see me get the calls, make the connections, make the wins. He is so in the game with me. And I think that's what I love about fist bump. I think I possibly could have worked with some other individuals or organizations, but I would not have gotten Sadala. And so he's making the magic happen behind the scenes. And he always says, oh no, it's a collaboration. But I'm like, no, actually it's you. And like, you're pulling in the expertise of the fist bump team and the framework, and you're consistent and you're making it go. And that's why I'm seeing the results that I'm seeing. People ask, how am I doing this magic on LinkedIn? And I tell them it's fist bump. And if you're a leadership person, a person in a leadership position, CEO, founder, creator, whatever you have on, LinkedIn should be part of your strategy. And so should fist bump. And so I've had the opportunity when I'm speaking to people, I share what my experience has been with fist bump, which has been nothing but positive. And I feel the investment is worth it. And I am getting, and I will continue to get an ROI on this for sure. As a CEO, as someone who's running the company and making this mission go and pivoting my model so that I can scale, I don't have a lot of time. And so being able to hand this over and trust and not have to like pre-screen things or ask to see things before they're posted. I trust him to post with my voice and the integrity that I have, and I'm not concerned about what's getting put out there in the LinkedIn universe. And that speaks volumes about Fist Bump and the level of quality that is being done here. So the onboarding process, everyone was very transparent and honest with me about the time commitment, and I didn't believe them. So that was on me. You do have to commit to that because that is the foundation of this working the way that it should. And so, what I would say about the onboarding process is it's very fluid, it's very organized, and you have to commit to it to make it the best that it can be. It's one of those things where you get out of it what you put in. And so, the more you put in, the better it is. Yeah, there was a level of fear. It still is intimidating to me, honestly. But again, I'm not a out in the front kind of girl. I like to be behind the scenes and help everyone else shine. And so I think that's what's been so great about Sazala because he pushes me. And it's he doesn't have a second thought to like getting a picture of me and putting it out there and sharing it. Where I'm like, oh wait, I don't know if that's the right view. And it's just like, just do it. Just do it. And so there is a level of fear and kind of uncertainty and not being fully secure, putting yourself out there for the universe to see and the people getting insight into who you are as a human. Uh, but Fist Bump really does a good job of like hand holding and not pushing you past your level of comfort. I get a push, but then if it's just too far, it's okay. We pull back until you're comfortable and everybody's deal with that. You're not made to feel bad for that. Oh, no, just thank you to the team. I'm so grateful, so blessed that Brandon and I connected. I think it's definitely divine intervention. So you guys are wonderful humans, and I'm just glad to be part of it.